I'm going to invite you guys to share your name and where you live. And then I'm also going to invite you to, while I'm doing the streaming thing, what I'm going to invite you to do, and you can either stand up to do it or do it sitting, is just like shake everything out. Just shake everything out. Just get any dead energy out, 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 out. And, if you're feeling tired and need a little energy, you can do some stimulation of these points here. And you just carry on with that while I see if the Facebook gods are smiling upon us. So go ahead and put your name and where you live in the chat for me. All right, here they come, here they come. Hey there. Hi guys. So I'm setting up the streaming, but while I'm doing that, I want to invite you to just shake out any energy that you might not need right now. Anything you might not need. You can stand up or you can do it seated, but just letting go of everything it took to get here today, everything you got to do afterwards. And we will get started in just a minute. Also put your name and where you live in the chat if you came on a little later. I'm going to be inviting you to participate in the chat, not so much verbally. So if you want to have your video on, you can, and if you don't, that's fine also. What are we doing here today? What we're going to be talking about today are the energetic effects of clutter. And I know that some of you who are on this call have already heard this spiel and seen this diagram. And if it's starting to feel old to you, know that it's not old to some people on this call. It's brand new to some people on this call. And those of you who've heard it before, what I'll invite you to do is reflect on how it shows up in your home, okay? And today is day 1 of 5 days. So you're gonna have plenty of time to catch up, but I appreciate you being here live because it helps my energy, and it also is gonna give you a better chance of winning prizes. And I'll tell you more about what the prizes are, and then on Saturday, I'll announce the winners. But definitely being here live as much as you can is going to support you in having a better chance at winning prizes, and also watching the replays and participating, commenting, letting me know you're there. I want to thank you for taking the time out of your day. I know you have a lot of options every single day. And since COVID, there have been a million people doing things on Zoom, and you're probably getting a little sick of it. But I'm going to keep this short. And you will get the most out of our short time together if you eliminate any distractions. So silence your phone, shut your door. It's just give yourself this time. So you're in the right place if your efforts to declutter and organize your home sometimes leave you feeling confused, frustrated, inadequate, or stressed. Or if you feel disappointed that after you fill in the blanks, after you retired, after your kids left home, after you got up to speed on your job, after whatever it was, you didn't get around to reorganizing and decluttering your home and your office. I think I'll be shocked if we don't all have something like that. I'm going to do that after this. I'm going to get around to that just as soon as this happens. If you don't, that's fine. Or you're in the right place if you know that you would benefit from new systems and new habits to meet your goals, but you're just not really sure where to start. So if any of this describes you, please just type yes in the chat. who the heck am I and why should you listen to me? Well, I'm Pam Holland of Mindful Decluttering and Organizing. I've been in business since 2005. I began as a professional organizer, like most professional organizers did, hands on, going in, helping people with their homes. And then about 3 years ago, my husband and I moved from the DC metro area to Colorado. And at that time, I began to study virtual organizing. So, lucky for me, I got in on the virtual organizing train before COVID. So, I was quite comfortable with it by the time COVID happened. And in fact, it was already most of what I was doing. I do occasionally still see people in Colorado in person, but primarily my business is virtual. And I also have been focusing a lot on group programs. And that's a way that I can bring the price down and people have an opportunity to be in a community of other folks with similar goals. So I've been really enjoying my group programs, and sometime this week I'll tell you a little bit about the next one that's coming up. But what I'd like to do right now is just start with a little centering exercise, because at Mindful Decluttering and Organizing, we do things just a little tiny bit differently than some other ways of organizing. So start with just some nice, slow, deep breaths in through your nose, out through your mouth. And on the next breath, you might experiment with extending the out breath, because what that does is it helps to calm the nervous system and it can make you feel more at ease. And of course, your breath is with you all the time. And you can do this any time in the day when you feel a little stressed or you want to feel a little calmer. So now I want to invite you to enter your home in your mind, enter your home through whatever door you normally enter it. And first, just stop after you step over the threshold. Just pause and think with gratitude of all the ways that your home has served you. And you might actually smile, because smiling, whether you feel like smiling or not, the physical act of smiling will help your nervous system and lift you up. Now, what I'd like for you to do is, without overthinking it, just let your mind rest. We're going to use your intuitive knowing, your inner knowing. I want you to just, in your mind, go to whatever space in your home is calling to you. And I want you to just pause at the entrance to that space and ask yourself, how do I want to feel in this space? Whatever words come are the right words. Not how you're supposed to feel, but how you long to feel. Awesome. So now I'll just invite you to take one more slow, deep breath. And as you do that, I want you to let that feeling wash over you. Just wash over your whole body, starting from the crown of your head, down through your third eye, to the throat, to your heart. You can put your hands at your heart, to your solar plexus, which is just below the breastbone, all the way down into your belly, your soft belly, and then all the way down to where you're sitting and where you're connecting with the earth. Just let that feeling wash over you. And then open your eyes and come back to our circle. So I invite you to share in the chat or in the comments if you're on Facebook, what room were you drawn to? And I know for some of you, there may have been multiple rooms, but I hope you were able just to go to the one that was speaking to you the loudest. And know that you can do this exercise as many times as you like, for as many rooms as you like. There's no limitations. So I invite you to share the room that you chose or that called to you and the feeling that you'd like to cultivate in that room. Tomorrow I'll be sharing expert tips on how to make your decluttering projects successful and how to break down overwhelming tasks into manageable action steps. And then on Wednesday or Thursday, I'll share what the prizes are. And then on Saturday, I'll share the winners. We might be here a little bit longer on Saturday than we will be on the other days. And on Friday, you'll have a chance to experience one of my popular decluttering days. So mark your calendar for on Friday for 11 Mountain Time, 1 Eastern Time, same time. And then again, if you can make it happen, for 3 p.m. Mountain Time, 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And I won't get into the whole description, but I will put a link so that you can learn more about the decluttering days. And then I'll be telling you more about it over the next couple of days as well. But I just wanted to give you a heads up that if you can block a little bit of time at both of those times, then you'll get the most out of Friday. You can also participate in the Facebook group on that day if you're not able to be here on Zoom. But it's much more fun to do it live. So now what we're going to do is we're going to look at that energetic effects of clutter handout that I spoke about. So, and this is free on my website for anyone. You know, you don't even have to subscribe to anything. You can just grab it in the free resources. The thing that you need to know about the energy of clutter is that all the things in your life affect you. All the things in your life profoundly affect your health, your happiness, and your productivity, either at a conscious or subconscious level. And a lot of the time, I'd say the vast majority of the time, things are affecting you at a subconscious level. And your clutter can weigh you down and hold you back and keep you from reaching your highest potential. And what I want for you, and I know you want this for yourself and those you care about as well, is I want each and every one of us to reach our highest potential. We all have something special to share. And there's no reason whatsoever to have stuff, silly stuff, holding us back. Type yes if you agree. So, as clutter accumulates, energy stagnates. You might have felt this if you're looking at an area where there's been clutter for quite some time. You can sense that energy. And as that clutter accumulates and the energy stagnates, then often more clutter accumulates. And then what happens? More energy stagnation happens. You're even less excited about tackling it. The good news, however, is that this cycle goes both ways. As you begin to release things that no longer serve you or things that bring you down, then you will free up that energy. Now, I'm wondering if you've ever taken a load of things to the thrift store or had a pickup, if you felt that lightness, felt that release of energy. If you have, please say yes in the chat. Say, yes, I can feel it when I let go of things. So if you imagine little tiny invisible strands of energy connecting you to each and every item in your home, whether you can see it or not. If it's in your attic, if it's in your basement, if it's in your car, there's still little tiny strands of your energy, your life force energy, connecting you to everything in your home. So as you release things that you don't love and that no longer support you, you reclaim that energy. And you can use that energy for absolutely anything you want to. So that's the fantastic news about understanding the energetic effects of clutter. And if your clutter bothers you, then that means you're ready for change. And since you're here, that means you're ready for change. You're here on this call. You've taken time out of your day. That means you're ready for change. So just by setting your intention to release clutter in your life, you have already energetically begun the process of making positive changes in your home. All right, so I still have a few more minutes. My timer says I'm at time, but my clock says I have 2 more minutes, so I'm gonna go with that. Yeah, and Jen's mentioning the Buy Nothing group. That's great. Yeah, all sorts of resources, and you can download this chat. I think most of you probably know, if you go to the chat and then there's a little thing that says file and another one that has 3 dots. If you push on the 3 dots, you'll see save chat. And if you want to see the chat, if you want to see any resources, then you don't get around to saving it, just let me know. So really, that is the main thing I want to get across to you today, but I do have some homework for you. And your homework is to wander around your home, or if you want to focus on the space that you went to in your envisioning exercise, you can do that. You can, what I want you to focus on though is not things that are wrong, not things that you want to get rid of, even though if some jump out at you, feel free to set them aside, put them in a bag by the door or in your car. But what I want you to focus on between now and tomorrow is, what are the things in your home that you absolutely love? I want you to look for the treasures. That's your assignment for today. And I will see you again tomorrow, same time, same place, ready to share your treasures. And I'll also put a thread in the Facebook group. So as you find your treasures, you can share them there. And if you want to take a picture and share them, feel free to do that. It might inspire others. And if you're not already in the Facebook group, I will put a link to that in the chat. It's also easy to find. If you just go to Mindful Decluttering and Organizing on Facebook, you can find the groups there. But here's the direct link. So if you want to grab that before we say goodbye. And you can always reach out to me at pam@clutterfreenow.com if you have any questions at all. And see you tomorrow.